should probably take a picture for the thumbnail. You know, I don't know what I'm doing. I've made this video 3 times. This is ridiculous. I just need to make one that I like and just edit it. What is up, bookish besties? So today I want to talk about my January TBR and what I'm going to be doing in the month of January. I am doing something a little different, and that's because my church is fasting from January 5th to January 25th, but my book fasting, I'm starting January 1st to January 31st. I think there's 31 days in January, right? Yeah? Correct me if I'm wrong. I have a total of 18 books. Am I going to get to all of them? No way. No way, unless Jesus himself does it for me. There's no way. I have nonfiction and fiction Christian books that I'm going to be reading in the month of January, and I want to go back and forth because the nonfiction ones are going to be heavy, whereas the fiction ones can be heavy but also light at the same time. You know, I don't know how to explain that. So I'm going to start off by telling you the nonfiction books that I have not read that I own, or they're also my dad's copy. Some of them are my dad's copies. And then I'll talk about my ones that I've either read and I want to reread, or that I've read halfway through and I just didn't finish. So I'm going to reread the beginning, finish. Then I have my Christian fiction books that I own. And then I have the 6 books that are my main goal for the month that I will finish. Okay, that's... keep me accountable. The first book that I want to talk about is Set Free to Choose Right by Josh McDowell. I have owned this book for a while. I don't fully know exactly all that it entails. All I know is it teaches like youth sees right and wrong, and then how Jesus sees right and wrong. So I think this will be an interesting read. Next, I have 2 books from the same author. I have How to Interpret Dreams and Visions by Perry Stone. Perry Stone, listen, he puts so much into his books. You have to be so attentive while reading his books because like there's so much in them. Essentially, it's exactly what the title is. How to Interpret Dreams and Visions that God gives you. The other Perry Stone book I have is Scarlet Threads. Talks about godly women in the Bible and the power of prayer in women, and I am so excited about this. Apparently this is really good for moms. I am not a mother. I'm very much single. I'm very much not even in the realm of, yeah, but I am excited to read this. Brain's not working. And the last nonfiction that I have that is my dad's copy actually is Lord Heals My Hurts, or Lord Heal My Hurts. My heals. He does heal, but Lord Heal My Hurts. And I find this to be very interesting. I think the cover is like, I love the color scheme, like the purple and the green. I love that the back says your hurt can be healed no matter how great, which is so true. It's so true. Now we're going to get on to our next portion, which is the books that I want to reread or finish reading. First, I love Sadie Robertson so much, and I got Live by her so long ago, and I got halfway through and I just never finished it. I'm hopefully gonna read it from the beginning and then finish it if I can. That's saying if I can. Next, listen, okay, this is a Christian fiction set in like the 1700s. I'm recommending this so hard to you right now. Waves of Redemption by S.L. Klein. I was an ARC reader for this book, and the author, literally one of the sweetest human beings on the planet. This is a pirate romance, but it's not just a romance. Like the romance to me was more of like a subplot. A girl named Misa Marie not only having to go back and like think about her past and heal from her past, but she also has to do things that she never thought she would do. Trigger warning though for this book. There are some things that could be triggering for some people, so please check that. Also, this does deal with human trafficking, so I highly recommend this book. It is phenomenal. Probably my favorite book I read in 2024, and I cannot wait to reread this book. My granny read it and she loved it. Next, this is a reread. It's Sex, Purity, and the Longings of a Girl's Heart by Kristen Clark and Bethany Reel. I read this book back in high school. I graduated in 2020, so you can tell how long that's been. I loved this book when I read it, and in all honesty, I don't fully remember what's going on. I'm going to be completely honest. So I'm going to reread this and I'm so excited. Next, this was, I think, one of my favorite books of 2022, 2023. I don't know what year. I'd have to go check. What If Love Is the Point by Carlos and Alexa Penavega. I want to reread this and tap the crap out of it because listen, this is probably one of my favorite non-fiction Christian books, and I bawled my eyes out, especially with Alexa's part, because Carlos I was a fan of in Big Time Rush and I loved learning about his experiences and everything, but Alexa's experience I felt closer to. In some instances I felt really close to her, and I was just bawling my eyes out because it was so hard to read, but it was so healing, and I love this book. Highly recommend this book. Okay, now I don't know what category to put this in. I think it's a Christian like poem book. It's called A Psalms for Us by Rena Biddy. I do not know if that's the right way to... My camera died, but I'm still learning how to use it. Okay, this is new for me. I'm trying to keep myself to stare at the camera because I want to stare at myself to make sure I look at least decent, but I know that I'm struggling. It's okay. Anyway, I think this is a poetry book. That's all I'm gonna say. This will be a good palate cleanser for when I'm in the middle of like really deep books. That'll be nice. Next, we're gonna get into the Christian fiction, which I'm very excited about. I have 4 here, and then I have more on my Kindle that I can choose from, and also Libby has some, which I'm very excited to get into. But first we have What We Found in Hallelujah by Vanessa Miller. I bought this book because of the cover, and it was on sale at Books A Million, and it was in the Christian fiction section, and I was like, okay, let's check it out. And essentially it's about the Roberts family, and there's a lot of things going on for each of them. There's a lot of different secrets and issues going on. They come together, and it's about redemption and forgiveness and reconciliation. And I'm very excited to jump into this book, and the cover is just stunning. Like, I love it. I love it so much. Next we have Suddenly Forever by Teresa Tysinger. I wanted to read this in the fall because the color scheme is like fall, but yeah, I didn't get around to it. This is a Christian romance set in North Carolina, which I bought this in North Carolina in one of the towns that got hit by the hurricane, and I feel so bad for them, praying for their families and everything. And I'm very excited that I got to get this book, and I bought it from one of the local shops there. I don't know if they're still in business or anything. I hope to God they are. And there was even a cute little bookshop right next to the gift shop that I bought this at. But the author had autographed books there, so I bought 2 of them. And I read one of hers in 2024. And I want to read more of hers because I really liked her writing style. I thought it was really cute. Yeah, I'm so excited to get into this. Now this one I bought because of the cover years ago. Didn't know much about it. All I know is it's a biblical romance. Well, first, let me tell you the title. Brain, whatever. Drawing in the Dust by Zoe Klein. I think that's how you say her name. So it's a romance story that's like told in a biblical standpoint in the modern world, I think. Don't quote me on that. That is what I'm gathering from reading the back, but I could be totally wrong on that. So check this out. Like, the cover is so pretty. I love it. And then the last fiction that I have in this stack is One Transforming Love by Erin Elise Q. This is actually based off of a true story. It's about this girl, Aubrey, who moves across the country to San Diego. I think it's San Diego. Yeah, it's San Diego. She moves to get away from her past because her past is too much for her brain to handle, and she meets this guy named Jack, and they hit it off. But when she starts seeing some of his actions, like, she takes a step back to rethink, like, if this is what God has planned for her, and her past kind of follows her. She has to choose whether she overcomes her past and has the courage to surrender it all to God, which I find very fascinating. The cover. I love covers, if you can't tell. I judge book by their covers. I really do. And this cover, I usually don't like people on the cover, but I love this one. We have now come down to the last 5 books. No, 6 books. The last 6 books on my TBR that I need to read by the end of January. These are a must, what I need to be held accountable on, okay? First, we have Humbled by David Mathis. I've had this book forever. I bought this book in Brown County, Indiana at a bookstore, and literally it's just the question on the back: how do I humble myself? And it's a book about being humble in God's presence. I'm very excited about this because we all need to be humbled every once in a while. I'm gonna be completely transparent here. Next, my dad said that this book will make you rethink you as a person, you as a whole, life choices, and just evaluate yourself. So it's The Calvary Road by Roy. I do not know how to say his last name. I'm so sorry. But this book I tried to read I think when I was in high school, but I was not spiritually ready for this book. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest, but now I think I am, and I'm trying to grow my relationship with God so much this year. This is highly on top of anything and everything. These two are short, but like, I think that they're going to be they're going to have a lot of intention, and I'm very, very excited to get into that, but also kind of scared because I'm going to really evaluate myself this month. This is a month of change. Now next, this book actually is a book my pastor wrote, Pastor Dave Martin, aka Coach Dave. I want to read this so bad. Make it, break it, right? Make that, break that. Why did I say make it, break it? Make that, break that, you know? It's a habits book, and he like teaches you how to break the bad habits and apply good habits into your life in biblical prospects. What is wrong with my brain? What is going on? Biblical principles. Let's go with that. And I'm very, very excited because there's a lot of habits I need to break. One is procrastination. And then I need to build better habits. Like, my eating habits need to be better. My exercising and workout habits need to be better. I have so many habits that just need to be. How many times am I going to say habits? It's like a drinking game with pickle juice, you know? But I love pickle juice. You know what? We're getting off topic. And next, these are my top 3, okay? So this is Redeeming Your Time by Jordan Rayner. I think that's how you say his name. Listen, my time management sucks. I'm going to be completely honest. Again, with the procrastination. I'm so bad. I need to work on it. And I got this for Christmas. And I love the back where it says, manage your time the way Jesus managed his. And I was like, okay, Jesus, call me out. Do whatever you want. At this point, change me, cleanse me, God. Second to the last book that I really need to read is A Lady's Guide to Marvels and Misadventures by Angela Bell. Listen, first of all, cover. This is a Christian fiction set in it's set in 1860. Goodness gracious. In London, England. Okay, so this is an historical fiction where you follow Clara, who is, I'd say, in her late 20s, early 30s. I honestly don't know her age. I'm going to be completely real with you. So she had an ex-fiance, right? He spread rumors about her family and like is trying to ruin her family, and I cannot stand this man. But anyway, now she doesn't trust anybody, like, and she just wants to protect her family. And her grandfather is like a clockworker or something like that, and he has like his own shop, right? So then comes in Theodore. He's like the main guy in this other than the grandpa. And he's a vagabond and he has nowhere to go. So the grandpa gives him a job at the clock store. And Clara does not like that in the slightest. She's like, I don't trust this man. I don't trust anybody. Why are you here? What are you doing? Clara used to have such an imagination. She loved to read. She wanted to adventure. She wanted to travel. She kind of lost all that when her ex-fiance did that to her and her family. And so her grandpa decides to take her on a little scavenger hunt across Europe. And then he also kind of forced them to bring Theodore along. I think his name is Theodore. I'm not crazy. Yeah, I got it right. So, and Clara doesn't like that, but grandpa's matchmaking and I love it. And I'm about halfway through. I just need to finish it because it's so good. But historical fiction has never been something that I personally read a lot of. One historical fiction that I can think of that I would die on a hill for is The Book Thief. If you've never read The Book Thief, please pick it up. I don't care what you're doing right now. I don't care. Go buy it because Marcus, is it Marcus or Mark? Mr. Zuzek, whatever. I don't even know if I'm saying his last name right. It is one of the best books I've ever read in my entire life. So The Book Thief, go look it up. The last book that I need to finish, this is like a non-negotiation. I've been trying to read this for a year and a half. It's another Perry Stone book. By the way, There's a Crack in Your Armor. And listen, here's the thing. The armor of God is such a complex thing in the Bible. And for me, I'm writing a book that deals with like the spiritual realm. And this is part of it. And I need to finish this book in order to write my book. Okay, this is a necessity. And it feels like every time I try to pick up this book, my brain like shuts down, or things start attacking from left and right, like of distraction and just everything. And I'm just like, God, please give me the strength to read this book. But yeah, guys, that is my January TBR. I'm so excited to get into these books. I'm so excited to grow my relationship with God. I am also going to try and do a deep dive in studying Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, all the Gospels. So if anyone wants to join me, like, I am all for it. Tell me if you want in the comments. I don't even think a lot of people are gonna see this, but I'm just so excited. I'm also really scared because I've been wanting to do booktube since I was in middle school. Like Jessie the Reader, Kat, I can't remember, Prue's Project, oh goodness me, what was her name? Because I remember there's a certain person, a Clockwork Hannah, oh my gosh, and then I had so many booktubers that I used to watch in middle school. Like, it's ridiculous. And the fact that I'm even doing this right now is crazy to me. And now I like love watching old booktube content that I used to watch and finding new ones as well. Like, I love Jolie Reads. I love Ashlyn. I think that's her name. Haley Pham. I just found a new girl that I really, really liked her. I cannot think of her name. I love the way she carries herself. I love the way they all carry themselves. It's just so much fun to watch this book community. I love it so much, and I love the book community. We're amazing, and I love you guys, and I hope you have an amazing year. Happy New Year, as I'll probably post this on January 2nd or January 3rd. I don't know at this point. This is all new to me. I'm scared. I don't even know how good this is going to be edited. Like, that's how scared I am right now. I love you guys. I keep saying that, but I really, really do. And happy reading. If you like this channel, I'm so new to this. If you like this channel, subscribe. Click notifications to get notified when I post a new video. Like if you want to. If you don't, that's completely fine. Up to you. That's your own prerogative. I'm proud of you no matter what you do. Yeah. Bye, guys. And thank you.